Yo fam, welcome to the Car Talk podcast, or welcome back. This is episode 29, and I am super excited to be sharing exactly what is on my heart today, which is along the lines of how to make your family proud. And I feel like I'm a pretty good candidate for a talk like this just because of the fact that I actually buried what I would call my dreams for the ability to make my family proud. And sorry that took so long to say that, but it's hard for me to even just kind of digest that, but it's the truth. You know, I genuinely would have never gone to college. I would have never taken out student loans and gone to school if I would have been able to chase my dreams and been able to fully do what I think would make myself proud. But in all reality, your family, if you want to make them proud, they're not going to want you to go out and do something crazy. You know, they're going to want you to go and take like the traditional route, whether that be school or whether that be, you know, the trades or whatever your family is, you know, about. They're going to typically want you, you know, I've got a buddy that's comes from a whole family of dentists. And what does he want to be, or what does his family want him to be? A dentist, you know. And if he doesn't become a dentist, you know, he better become something that's going to make them proud. And I do this because a lot of people and a lot of families, they think money is correlated to success, and what I really want to spread to people is that is not the truth. That is so far from the truth, and I thought that was the truth, and that's what actually drove me into a hole, and what drove me into a place that was no longer a healthy place for me to live. And I just don't want that for you guys. You know, I really want you guys to know that the best thing that you can possibly do for yourself and to make your family proud is to actually, in some cases, for some people, disappoint them. And I know that sounds crazy, but the reason why I say that is because if you go out and do what you need to do for your own journey and for your own DNA and for your own dreams, odds are it's going to upset them, and it's going to make them think that you're on a path that is not good for you, and therefore they're not going to be proud. And I had to go through something like this. You know, I really wanted to create content and become a content creator for a career. And I knew this at age 19 or whatever, after I came home from college. And my dad was not cool with that. You know, he wanted me to make money. He wanted me to get a job. He wanted me to, you know, work full time, if not more. And I unfortunately think that's what a lot of families want their kids to do. But I think if you have something in you that is telling you that you can do more, I genuinely think you should lean into that. And I think that if you do lean into that and you continuously go hard at it for 2 to 3 years and beyond, I can almost guarantee you that your family would be more proud of you then. And the reason why I say more proud of you is because they'll have, one, the respect for you because you went out and did something that was not traditional for the family, that was not safe in, you know, the family eyes, or in the family's eyes. And I think that it takes a lot of courage to do something like that. And I think that once you get to the certain point where they can even see that you're starting to gain traction or success, they're going to be like, holy smokes, this is so cool. And there's a lot that goes into this, but I think the main thing that you can do to make your family proud is, one, do it yourself. You know, if you want, like, the thing that I was doing wrong at 18, 19 years old is I was expecting and hoping that my family would cater my dreams and help me out and support my dreams. But in reality, I need to support my dreams. I need to make it work. I need to make it happen. I need to make enough money to sustain the lifestyle that I need to live to chase my dream. And that's for everybody, you know, that's what everybody needs to do, whether you want to become a dentist or whether you want to become a content creator, whatever you want to do in life, you have to be able to build a lifestyle that allows you to sustain financially and also create, you know, an income and just allow you to live. And it's a difficult thing to be able to balance and to do, but I think if your DNA is set out to do something, you're not gonna settle for anything less. And I think that comes from disappointing your parents first for a little bit and disappointing your family, so that in 2 to 3 years down the road they can have a whole new respect for you and a whole new level of proud that they can claim over their kid. And I'm super thankful to say that I'm starting to experience some of that stuff. Is like, I'm on year 4, almost year 5 of creating content for a full-time thing. Just not for full-time, but like I'm finally to the point where like I can almost go full-time doing it. And it's super cool. Like, it's super cool to see my family be proud. Like, there's no other word for it. And I'm just reflecting on how I got here and how I got to this point where I'm just so happy and so content with life and where I'm at. And it breaks my heart to see a lot of my friends and peers just doing a lot of things that aren't in line with what makes them happy and what makes them proud of themselves, because instead they're just trying to make their family proud, like I was doing. And it's something that is really on my heart this week, and I just really hope that while you're listening to this, you think on your life and how your family is, and how there may or may not be an easy route for you to become happy, and to allow yourself to not have resentment towards them. Because ultimately what's going to happen is, for all my peers that are doing what it takes to make their family proud, is that they're going to slowly start resenting their family. And that's not a good place to be. You know, if you're 30, say you live 5 to 10 years doing a job that you don't want to do, but your family's proud of you, speaking proudly of you and whatever, and all of a sudden you're 10 years down the road and you wake up one morning and you're like, yo, what the hell? Like, what if I would have chased my dream back when I was younger, you know? And you start thinking like why you didn't, and you think like, well, it's kind of because you were trying to make your family proud. You were trying to make your peers, you know, look at you in a way that isn't authentic to you. And I think if you could get anything out of this talk, it's that you need to be authentic to yourself, and that you need to chase your DNA, and no one else knows what your life is supposed to be like except for you. Your family doesn't know, your closest friend doesn't know, only you know. And sometimes you don't even know. Like, sometimes it's even hard. Like, looking back at my own, you know, on my own journey, like, there were times where I didn't even know, because I was subconsciously holding on to it and not letting my, you know, my conscious mind get to it. And it takes a lot of self-work, and it takes a lot of self-awareness too. Like, you need to think back on, like, as young as you can remember, like, what you love to do, what you genuinely love to do, and think like why you stopped thinking that that was a possibility for you to make an income doing, or for you to make a career doing. And a lot of times it's from your environment and what they say to you and what they put into your head. And I don't know, I just know for a fact that each and every one of you are so special. and that you've got something very, very unique inside you. And the quicker that you lean in on that, the quicker you become happier, and the quicker you become something that is so beautiful. And I say that because you'll just be so much more present. And when you're present, you just become productive. You create, you do things that help other people, and ultimately that's good. You know what I mean? Like, that's just genuinely good. And your family's going to be proud of you once you start doing that stuff. A lot more proud than if you were to bring home $150,000 in a salary. Who cares about the money? Who cares about driving a brand new car? Who cares about that stuff? Who cares about having a brand new fancy home? Like, let's start bringing back like true cool stuff, like being a good person. Like, if you're a good person, I admire you way more than somebody that's got a way big of a house, or, you know, a mansion. I don't even give a crap. I don't give a crap what they have. Odds are, I would way rather spend time with somebody that's a kind, loving person than somebody that has a bunch of money and is successful and has figured out a way to generate money doing whatever. If they're not fulfilled, what fun are they around? What fun are they to be around? You know what I mean? And ultimately, that's what I want you to be, is fulfilled. I want you to be fulfilled and happy, because there's no better feeling in the world. There's no better place to be. With that being said, guys, this is the end of the podcast. I just want to end it how I always end it. If you guys are happy, please spread that happiness. This world needs it so much. And stay curious, guys. Stay curious. That's the only way you can keep learning in this world, and that's the only way that you're going to keep growing and becoming a better person. And that's exactly what this podcast is for you to become a better person and to keep on growing. I love you guys. Have the best day ever. See you guys next one. Peace.